coffee, country, and Cody.
It's a rarity that you say, please welcome from Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada, Tenille Townes.
What's going on?
And then you say, please welcome from here.
Yep.
Which one is more rare?
She's from here.
A unicorn. Born here.
There you go. There you go. I just saw that phrase yesterday. Somebody that grew up in Nashville, Murfreesboro, and said, I'm a unicorn. And I thought, I'd forgotten that phrase for the locals. But Abby Whitman is in studio, and you guys have been hanging out together. And Tenille, you've been mentoring. I can only imagine just how wonderful an experience that's been for Abby. We'll talk about it. And it's all a part of the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum's Words and Music Journey of a Song series that they announced with us, Kelly, when we did our live shot down there a month or so back.
That's right. And we've had Abby in the studio with us before. You're winning all kinds of contests, girl. Was it 615 Sings? That was what you won the last time that you were here. So when did you, let's just start, when did you actually start writing songs? You're 19 now.
I am 19.
Yes.
And a Belmont student, right?
No.
I mean, a Lipscomb student.
Oh, those are fighting words right there.
Wrong side of the boulevard, Bill. Yeah.
And what's your major?
Wrong side of the boulevard. I'm music industry studies
Okay.
major.
I asked your mom a little earlier. I said, has she had Old Testament yet?
I have. Yeah, I just took it last semester.
Yeah, how'd you do?
I did well. I got an A.
Those people were not generally well behaved during the period of time.
they
were
were not.
We've learned a
Not at
lot
all.
on how to act
Yes.
or not to act from that period
yeah,
of time.
learning from others' mistakes.
That's right. And then you got into the music business. And then there's that. There's so many similarities.
That was a prerequisite to get into the music.
You have to take Old Testament.
Got to take Old Testament. Know what you're signing up for.
So anyway, pick up the story there that Kelly was asking you about.
I like to say I wrote my first full complete song at 12.
Oh, wow.
So it's been 7 years, if my math is right.
Okay.
I didn't take a math class last semester.
You're an arts major.
Yes.
Yes. So Tenille, what did you think when you first met her, and how that's developed that friendship and working relationship since that time?
I was so excited. I walked in the room and Abby just is got this amazing presence about her. She's so wise and so brave. I mean, it reminded me a lot, I think, of my younger self writing songs. And anytime the Country Music Hall of Fame is like, hey, do you want to be a part of something? It's before you finish the sentence, let me just say yes, because especially the work that they do with words and music is so incredible and important, I think, to give the person that I was at 14 years old, writing songs in my room back in Alberta, would have just thought the encouragement that comes from the Hall of Fame, that would have been so helpful. And I think it's amazing, the support system that they have in place. And I got to meet an awesome friend through this whole experience. I sat down and we got partnered. There were four of us, four students and four of us that got partnered together. And it's so intimidating to walk into a room and write a song with someone you've never met before. I still get nervous for that every time I write, but Abby's amazing. And we did it in front of a camera.
Cameras, yeah.
That was another level. I've never written a song in front of a camera
And it's a part of a
before.
series on
it's a part
YouTube,
of a
an ongoing
docuseries,
series.
yes.
And it's up right now, as a matter of
Yes,
fact,
it
so
is.
people know.
Which is pretty cool because you can kind of see behind the curtain of what it's like to write a song. And hopefully anybody else out there writing songs at whatever age you might be that's watching it can say, oh man, I can do this too, you know?
Yeah, see that it's not really that hard. And there are lots of different routes to go about it.
How familiar were you with Tenille before you met?
A little bit. Once I heard that I was writing with Tenille, I totally went and listened to her whole discography.
You binged?
Yes, I binged. So that was fun. And I had heard her name a couple times. And listening to Somebody's Daughter and Jersey on the Wall, I definitely recognized those.
So cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Being a part of a journey like this and then watching it back on camera, what was that like? Because it's one thing to write with somebody that's, already kind of intimidating, walking into a room. Then you have the cameras, but then watching yourself back, what did you pick up on that you didn't realize? Things that you say or mannerisms that you have.
I talk with my hands a lot.
Welcome to the club. We like that.
Yeah, and I also noticed that sometimes I raise the pitch of my voice when I'm excited, and I didn't realize that I did that.
Yeah.
But all of the production and the whole crew on this project did a great job, and it all looks so incredible and professional, and so it's easy to watch back. from that standpoint, but it is a little weird, like watching myself back and hearing my own voice.
So what was the result? What was the song you wrote?
We wrote a song called Peter in the Garden, and I came in with the chorus and we finished it up, and I really liked the way it turned out.
I'm so glad. She had this whole beautiful idea started, and she was telling me the story of where it came from, thinking about a friend of hers, and it's a very brave thing to be like, hey, like, you were very self-reflective in that and very vulnerable, and I really admired that a lot. So I was like, I'm just excited to get to jump in with you and finish this song together.
So give us the backstory on your friend and how it became a song.
Yeah, so
This is an interesting title when you hear it.
it is. So I have a friend that I've been friends with for a really long time, and a couple years ago we had kind of grown apart a little bit, and weren't really talking as much, at least not about, like real life. And so one day, a while ago, we like sat down together and we like actually talked about real things, and she told me some things that had been going on in her life that she'd been struggling with that had kind of already resolved themselves, and I felt like I should have known and should have been there for her while it was happening, and should have reached out more. And so her telling me that, I felt like I had been a bad friend and not there for her, and I kind of related that to the story of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane the night before he was crucified, and how he asked all of his friends to stay up and pray with him, and they all fell asleep when he needed them most.
Deep.
I know. I was like, whoa.
That's New Testament, by the way.
She's in New Testament now.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Graduated
Yes.
from Old Testament. That's right.
All right, Tenille Townes, we tell these stories, and I look at the title of Pieces of My Heart, and that's what ultimately what songs are.
That
right?
is just little souvenirs.
Yeah. Well, let's watch and listen to all over the
All
world.
right, let's do it.
WSM Radio and all our Circle streaming platforms. Find out where they are, where you can stream at circlecountry.com, as well as our Circle Now app, which is available in your app store on demand for up to 24 hours.